So the Anthropic team is on a rampage this week, first releasing Dispatch for Claude Code, and now they're giving you the ability to access Claude Code sessions remotely from Telegram and Discord. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how you can set this up, and more importantly, a few gotchas along the way to look out for. Let's get into it. So this is me interacting with my Claude Code session remotely in Discord as well as Telegram. And both are pretty reasonable to set up. One is easier than the other. The Telegram one will be more lightweight. Discord just has a few different toggles you need to make sure you sign off on so it can be configured and enabled in your server. So especially if you're non-technical, I'm going to show you the easiest way that you could set this up just in case you run into any problems. So they provided a few different links. One is the official link to the docs, walking through all the channel setup. And then you have two GitHub repos. One is a README walking through exactly how to set up Discord, everything you need to configure, etc. And then same thing for Telegram. So naturally, what I did was take these links and paste it with the following prompt. And I said I'd like to set up both Telegram and Discord to interact with my Claude Code. Here's all the information you need. And as you could predict, I just plugged in each one. Then it could go through and break down each thing that I have to do. So all the prerequisites, all the things that I need to install. Now in this case, the good thing is, now that it's informed of what the dependencies are, I can just say, cool, go install this, and make sure I'm on this version. You have to run on this latest and greatest version of Claude Code. Otherwise, it would have no idea what you're doing in terms of the configuration of Discord or Telegram. So if you go to the bottom here on the Telegram setup, all you have to do is go to Telegram. So if we just navigate to there real quick, you would go to this section called BotFather. And all you do is do /new bot. I'm not going to go to my messages because it has a series of credentials. And then once you do that, it will ask you for a name. Once you provide the name, then it asks you for a bot name. So it could be Mark's Claude Code session _bot. And then once you have that, it will give you a token. That token we take back to our session, and then we plug it into Claude Code. It will create an environment file and store that in there. And that's pretty much it for step one. So all of this will take you less than a minute to set up, assuming you have the Telegram app installed. Now to install the plugin so Claude Code can interact with it, again, you can just say go and install it yourself, and then it will be able to reference the bot token that's in the environment file right here that it will create. Just in case you create a brand new session, just keep this link handy because this will tell it exactly where to find that bot token. So you don't have to regenerate it. And then once you're good to go, you would restart a brand new terminal session after installing the plugin, just so it can be injected within the context window session, and you run this. Now, one little mistake that I made is I ran this within Claude Code instead of just running it in a terminal. You can just run this in a terminal, and it will spin up a brand new session in Claude Code automatically. So that's why we have Claude here, and we have a series of flags for the channel, the specific plugin to use, and you can see right here, it is listening for channel messages from this specific plugin. And then when you interact with your Discord or your Telegram, you'll be able to see all your different messages mirrored between one platform and the other. So you can see here in Discord, it invokes this MCP server. And when I say tell me something, this invokes that reply function that goes and uses Claude Code to come up with this. And then we have a send ID for the message itself. And then you can continue to go back and forth. Now, one thing to look out for is as you're having a back and forth conversation, what if you want to ask it to send you an image or a video or any form of attachment? You'll notice that it will start typing and then stop typing. Odds are, if you flipped your terminal, you need to enable certain settings. So they've really locked it down to make sure it doesn't do more than you're expecting. So it's not going to run in bypass permissions mode by default. It will run in accept edits mode, meaning every single time you want it to do something, it will ask you for permission. Now, can you override this? For sure. But you just have to be aware of it because you can see right here. This is one example of me getting it to send me an image and it's saying that file attachments are being blocked. So then I had to keep going back and forth to make sure that I had everything enabled to execute everything I was looking for. So going back to the steps, once you have this up and running, then we can go to step 5, where it will auto ping your Telegram bot. And when you go and have a conversation with it and you pull it up by its username, then it will give you this access code. Now I'm okay to show you my access code because I'm going to nuke this bot after this recording. Then you can say hi to Claude, and then it should be able to create that connection. If for whatever reason it can't, then you could use Claude Code to troubleshoot. And there's one more really important step. So theoretically, anyone that would have access to your Claude agent or the Claude username would be able to message it via Telegram or Discord. So then you need to enable this setting Telegram access policy allow list to make sure that only your ID from your Telegram account can message this. Otherwise, technically, someone could access your Claude Code instances. So that's Telegram. Discord, slightly more of a headache. Now, it goes through the steps here where it tells you to go and create a brand new application. So you would just take this link right here and we would go into a brand new portal from Discord, and then you'd create a brand new application. You could see my Claude bot application right here. Now, expert tip, if you have the Claude in Chrome enabled and it's logged in, then this is where I actually told it, take control of my Claude in Chrome, go set up everything you need to. So then it gave me this full list. I told it, great, go do it yourself. But just in case you don't want to do that, you just follow all the steps here. A few things to look out for going back to my Claude bot. Now again, I'm okay to show you my version with all these IDs because I'm going to nuke it right after this. But if you go to OAuth 2, you need to enter a redirect. This could be any form of dummy URL. You just need this in order to click on bot here. And then once you have bot, to enable all the permissions. If we go back to the terminal, it gave you the full laundry list of everything you need to enable. So view channels, send messages in threads, read message history, attach files, etc. And to know what to pick from these permissions, you can just go back to your session and it should be able to tell you exactly what you need to take off. Now, you can add more or less depending on what you're looking for, but if you wanted files to be attached and sent back to you, then you need to make sure that this is enabled. Once you do that, again, we're going to go back here. If we could click on, let's say, send messages, and then read message history, view channels, add reactions, add attachments, send messages in threads, then it'll give you this link. Once you take this URL and you paste it in your browser, you should get something like this. Once you've enabled the server, then it will prompt you with a CAPTCHA. You will fill it in if you are human. And then beyond that, if it works, it'll go to a brand new URL with a blank screen. If it doesn't work, it will pop up a modal telling you that it doesn't have granted access. And this is where troubleshooting with Claude Code will take you to that finish line. On that note, one thing that will make this easier is if you go back to your bot and you click on the bot section and you go to the bottom here, this should be toggled off, requires OAuth 2 code grant. This will make it infinitely easier to enable this. And once you have this set up and then you go to the bottom, you can also toggle on message content intent. Then you should be in good shape for this to get working. And like I said before, all you would do to invoke it is just run this Claude channels. And in this case, you'll just pick this specific one. So if we go back into the Discord terminal, once again, here's the Claude channels, and here is the suffix for Discord Claude plugins official. And once you're set up there, all you have to do is go back and make sure you lock it down, do this /Discord access policy. This will configure it again so that only your Discord ID from your Discord server can message your Claude Code instance. Now, a few things that I noticed is on top of it constantly asking you for permission for access to different things out of the box, which makes sense from a security standpoint. They both also have limitations by platform. So Telegram has no history API, meaning if you have a back and forth conversation, there's no concept of memory per se. If you have media, photos, etc., it will be stored by default in this multimedia folder. You have a file limit of 50 megabytes in Telegram, as always, because that's through their API. But on Discord, though, you can fetch the last 100 messages. So if you want some persistence of the back and forth, then out of the box, Discord is better, even if it's a bit clunkier on setup. And one tip that they give you is that this session only receives messages while Claude Code is running. So for always on, you'd have to run it as a background process. And if you have no clue how to do it, guess what? You can ask Claude Code to help you do that. And that's pretty much it. So if you want to get this up and running, this can take anywhere between 5 to 15 minutes, especially if you use that Claude in Chrome plugin to do a lot of the setup for you on the Discord side. If you want to access those links I showed you to the docs, the GitHub repos, etc., I'll make it convenient for you and just drop it in the description below. You can just take those and it's pretty much plug and play. And I'm sure that there will be constant updates to hit feature parity with OpenClaw from an enterprise perspective. If you'd like me to go a little bit deeper on any of these use cases, just let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.